Hi, I'm Rob Abel. I'm the content coordinator of SC Media, and with me today here I have Mr. Guy Caspi. He is the CEO and co-founder of Deep Instinct. Guy, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So we spoke a lot about how the banking industry is so far ahead of other industries in terms of security, and could you just tell us a few of the reasons why and what they're doing that other organizations should be doing?
Yeah, sure. So as we discussed, I think that the banking industry first investing much more money and big budgets for protecting the network. Originally, for the past few years, the investment of cybersecurity in the banking segment is 5x than any other corporate in North America. But in addition, they have very unique expertise that they gained in the past few years in cybersecurity. So they know how to analyze, they know how to protect, they know how to create some policies. So in general, when you're looking on the banking industry, the budget, the policies, the way they treat cybersecurity is in a very high focus.
Okay. And what are some of the things that specifically that banks are doing that, you know, maybe the shipping industry or maybe the healthcare industry, they need to borrow some of these techniques to upgrade their policies?
I think first and most important, the banking are very focusing in the past few years in prevention versus detection, which was the old world. So they are installing endpoint protection and mobile protection to force protection on each and every device that they have in their network. A mobile phone, a tablet, a business working station, and any server in the organization, so they can prevent and not just detect. This is, I think, the number one difference between the banking industry and all the others.
And do you really think that it's necessary to monitor every device, for example, with somewhere like retail or where, you know, you have cashiers that, you know, they just come in and out and they only work part-time, or maybe even janitors, you know, do they really need to have the same level of security as the CEOs and, you know, the C-suite?
Well, of course that the CEO are more important than the others, but at the end of the day, you're protecting the organization data. And all you need is one employee to get into the organization. So at the end of the day, if you want to be well protected, you need to protect all your endpoints and all your mobiles. And if you don't have all these multi-layer service approach of protection, plus remediation and capability to stop something after it's already entered the organization, it's not that good.
Okay, and what do you think the starting point should be for these organizations if they want to start playing catch up?
So I think endpoint protection on top of the antivirus, which everyone have. If you go and see in all these industries you mentioned, healthcare, retail, and all the others, I'm sure that in 90% of them you will not find APT protection on their endpoint. I'm sure that in 95% of them you will not find mobile protection on the mobile phone of the employees. So I would go with this plus education. Okay.
And let's kind of change gears a little bit. You were talking to me earlier about how APTs, you've seen them get more and more advanced as, you know, nation states leak certain malwares and things like that, and they're basically putting stuff together into hodgepodges of super malware. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so at the past, I think 3 to 5 years, the APT techniques and different cyber attacks have been changed dramatically. We used to see something which is very simple. In most of the cases, it was something that is coming again and again. So the industries, the big players, the big cybersecurity companies knew how to tackle this with a signature-based processing. They know that something is bad, so tomorrow they will not open the door for this. In the past 2-3 years, we see first a huge spike and growth in the number of APTs per day. Today we have more than 2 million APTs every day. This is mission impossible to analyze all of them with the human processing of all the big cybersecurity giants. So this is something very important, the amount. On the other hand, we see something very sophisticated coming in the past few years. This is because of mainly, as you mentioned, nation-state APTs that leaked into the web, the darknet, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking group took a piece of the code and create from this mutation over previous mutation, and then from there, each and every hacking And this creates something, different creatures on a daily basis, which it's very hard to find.
All right. And what do you think the best way to combat these new threats are?
So I think first, every organization needs a policy, need an education. People need to understand that cybersecurity is not a game anymore. This is not to stop your website or to write something on your website and it will be a joke. This is an industry that is losing almost $3 trillion every year from damages. Big companies with one ransomware attack can lose hundreds of millions of dollars. So they need to prevent. The whole industry is moving into prevention versus detection. This is the old world. Plus, they need to protect their endpoint, mobile, and provide some remediation capabilities while they have all the other cybersecurity, because at the end of the day, cybersecurity solution is not a bulletproof. You cannot stop 100% of the attack. So you need some capabilities and tools also to manage APT after it's in your organization already.
All right. Thank you for your time. Once again, this is Guy Caspi. He is the CEO and co-founder of Deep Instinct, and I'm Rob Abel, Content Coordinator at SC Media. Thank you, and stay safe online.